Hey everybody, this is Mr. Clark. I'm here with a quick clarinet put together and play a sound video. So the first thing you need to do is think about the fact that your clarinet comes in parts. The barrel, the mouthpiece, the bell, the lower joint, and the upper joint. So on the end of the upper joint, you'll see there are two sections of cork. So you want to take out your cork grease and you want to rub it around the cork, leaving just a little bit of grease on the cork. And you'll do the same on the bottom of it. Now once you've done that, set it aside and go to the bottom. It has a piece of cork on one side of it. And I am going to go ahead and put grease on it. Now we're going to go ahead and put these two pieces together. And the first thing you'll notice is that this piece has keys that hang down over. And behind it, it has a little bar that kind of looks like a T. On the top, you're going to see that there are a few keys here, and over here is a bar that lines up underneath this part. Now, I press down on the front keys of this lower joint and open it up. Now take a look. I'm going to put them down. And you'll notice that I've almost got the keys lined up in the front. So I set them together, kind of overlapping, and take a look. I just gently twist. And I make sure that these line up right here. Watch, I'll do it again. I twist it a little bit, take it apart, put it back so that the T goes on top of the lower bar, and look. In the back, you can see that the thumb hole lines up with where you put your thumb down here. And on the front, all of this lines up together. On the bottom, which has cork, you can put the barrel. You can put the bell. Being very careful not to squish the keys. Now for the time being, we're going to set this aside and go to the mouthpiece and I'm going to go to the barrel. So I'm putting some cork grease up here on the mouthpiece, and I'm going to put this together with the barrel. So I have an opening on the back of this, and that's where the reed is going to go. So the reed, I wet it up, and then I'm going to put the flat back side next to the mouthpiece. The other side has a slight cut. Now notice, when I put them together, I'm going to put that over the hole. Okay? Now this is kind of the challenging part, keeping that reed even, and I take this metal piece, which we're going to call the ligature, with the screws towards the reed, and look at how carefully I'm trying very hard to slip it without snagging the reed. So you'll notice that the screws are lined up real even across the reed. The reed is still barely at the top and even. And you'll notice on the back, this ligature is down below this cut portion of the reed. Maybe a little bit too far down. So then I'm going to tighten the screws, and they tighten away from you. And now they're tight. Now we're going to try to get a sound out of this, and if you remember, you take and you roll your bottom lip and you leave your teeth up top. Now look, I'm going to put this in and close down. Then I'm going to blow like a straw. Notice that my lips aren't. Notice how it's pulled down, it's flat across the mouth. Look again, mouthpiece in, teeth. And I've made a sound. So then, set the clarinet on my knee, and I go ahead and put the mouthpiece up top. Notice that the reed faces the back. Push it down. So now I'm going to get a sound out of the clarinet without touching any of the keys. And I usually put my hand at the bottom the first time and my hand at the top. Once again, did you notice? Lip is slightly over, teeth on top, and then I close around it and blow like I would through a straw. So my right thumb goes underneath the thumb rest. Not like this. It goes out on the edge of the thumb. Now yes, that does hurt to begin with, but that's where it needs to be. Here will make it very hard later on to play your clarinet. So it goes out here. I'm kind of holding on to this sidebar here. Notice that? So, there. Now, your thumb of your left hand will cover up this hole from time to time. And your first finger will cover up this hole. Now, if you think about a book we're going to learn out of to begin with called The First Semester Student, and you look on the inside, you will see that on this first note, which is E, off to the side there's a note blackened in and a note on the front. That's what I just did. So if I hold it, once again, right thumb, kind of pinch that, left thumb over the back hole, first finger over that hole, put it in my mouth, thumb and first finger. That's an E. Try matching that. Now, if I drop my second finger, and notice, by the way, I've just got the end of my finger. I'm not doing this. So now I have my thumb in the back, my first and second finger, and I'm not going up like this. That's a D. Try that with me. Finally, 1, 2, and add the third finger. If your fingers are small, it might be hard to stretch it to do that. But you've got first finger, second finger, third, and thumb. And that's a C. So that's a quick instructional video on how to put your clarinet together. To put it back in your case, you take it apart the opposite direction. Take off the barrel and the mouthpiece. Set those aside. Take off the bell. Put it back in the case. Slight turn. Put these two pieces back in the case. Take your reed off. Take your barrel apart. Put it all away. Make sure the case is latched. Thank you very much. There'll be more videos to come.